Alright, so I just came by new terminology that will give us more information about the other that I've been talking about. I recently came by this thing called Pareidolia. Yeah, that's how it's called. And here, I'll get the page open for you guys. So Pareidolia is a psychological phenomenon involving stimulus, an image or a sound, wherein the mind perceives a familiar pattern or something where none actually exists. Common examples are perceived image of animals, faces, or objects in cloud formations, yeah, etc. So, what I want to get into is how it's pretty much the same what we were talking about with all the noise, the white noise and pattern recognition, and how psychedelics affect that. So let me just show you one example. Here, let me find a good one for you guys. So here we have the white noise, and someone with the low pattern recognition, all they see is white noise, but then when you take a psychedelic, the white noise is replaced with usually a lot of facial stuff and usually the same elements. So this is one guy named Acid Flow. You can look him up. He's one artist on DeviantArt, and obviously you can see it's inspired by psychedelic drugs. So what's happening is they're closing their eyes and they see the background noise, and normally you can't see anything, but what psychedelics do is they increase the pareidolia, so it causes all of these things to come up, and this is vital for creativity. And I'll show you Luke Brown's, and as you can see, it's all the same. Now, a lot of this faces stuff has to do with our facial recognition. That increases too, but as you can see, there's another gesture archetype, and we'll go into why that is important, because with pareidolia, it's supposed to be pretty random, but we're seeing archetypes that reoccur, and the gesture is obviously one that keeps coming up, and if we can keep saying then that we're seeing that, and what exactly we're seeing, then we can get more of an idea of if it's something random or if it's something that has meaning and is more profound than we realize. So here under pareidolia, under art, it says in his notebooks, Leonardo Da Vinci wrote of pareidolia as a device for painters, writing, "If you look at any walls spotted with various stains or with a mixture of different kinds of stones, if you are able to invent some scene, you will be able to see in it a resemblance of various different landscapes adorned with mountains, rivers, rocks, trees, plains, wide valleys, and other various groups of hills. You will also be able to see divers combats and figures in quick movement, and strange expressions of faces in outlandish costumes." And note that when you're thinking about gestures, and an infinite number of things which you can then reduce into separate and well-conceived forms. So Leonardo da Vinci already had the idea that pareidolia could be, you know, a tool for artists in how they sort of dream up things. And what I was saying about how psychedelics work is it's increasing the pareidolia. So you'll see, you'll look at the white noise sober, and then since you know, the pareidolia, I guess if you call it low, you won't really see much, but then when you take a psychedelic, it enhances the pareidolia, so it increases it, so you have that artist ability that not everyone has, as Leonardo was talking about. But that's just a little bit more angle and information on it, so hopefully that'll be important for you guys.